Children, atoms of element combine to form molecules. The symbolic representation of a molecule is known as formula. It is also known as chemical formula. A molecule of an element may contain one or more atoms of it. Example, chlorine. Formula will be Cl2, oxygen, O2, hydrogen, H2. In case of compound, the molecule contain different atoms. Example, ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. Student, what is the significance of a molecular formula? It signifies molecular formula. Second, it represents the respective number of different atoms present in one molecule of compound. Third, the ratio of respective masses of the element present in the compound. For example, I'll explain. Suppose, take an example of carbon dioxide. With what will be the molecular formula first? That will be CO2. Second case, in CO2, with the formula we can tell that carbon atom is 1, oxygen is 2 in number. Take another example, take the case of water. The symbolic representation of this compound will be H2O. From H2O, what we can derive? That hydrogen is 2 atoms of hydrogen and oxygen is 1 atom. Third case, the ratio of respective masses of the element present in the compound. Suppose I was explaining carbon dioxide, so we can calculate the masses. So carbon, as you know, carbon atomic mass is 12, oxygen atomic mass is 16. So in carbon dioxide, 1 carbon was there, so it will be 12. For oxygen, 1 oxygen is 16, so 2 oxygen will become 32. So 12 plus 32 will become 44. So for this carbon dioxide, the respective masses of this for this compound will be 44 grams. Student, molecule of a compound is usually made of 2 parts. Example, NaCl, so Na is 1 part and Cl is other part. What is a radical? A radical is an atom or group of atoms of the same or of different elements that behave as a single unit with positive or negative charges. A radical is of 2 types. First, simple radical, when it is an atom. Example, we can take case of sodium, calcium, aluminium, Na+, Ca2+, Al3+, or compound radical when it is made up of group of 2 or more different types of atom. Example, CO3 2 negative, SO4 2 negative. Radical can also be defined as basic or acid radical. When a chemical reaction takes place, for example, potassium hydroxide react with HCl, product will be formed as potassium chloride plus water. Here the formation of potassium chloride which has been taken place, the potassium which we get, that we got from potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is base and chlorine which we got in KCl, that we got from HCl. HCl is an acid. From here the names were given. K plus was called as basic radical, Cl negative was called as acid radical. Therefore, basic radical carry positive charge and acid radical carry negative charge. Student, there is a table which is given on page number 6, 1.4 and 1.5. That is very important. Learn that table by heart, because if you learn that table, it will be very easy for you to frame the formula of a compound. Children, to write a chemical formula, we follow crisscross method. Earlier, this was taught in class 8. Once again, a quick revision. What you have to write the symbol side by side. Basic radical written first and then acidic radical. Second step, write the valency of each on top of its symbol. Third, ignore the plus or negative symbol of the radical. Fourth, divide the valency number by the highest common factor, if any, to get the simplest ratio. Fifth, interchange the valency of the radicals. And sixth, write the interchange valency number to the lower right of the radicals. If the radical is a group of atom and has valency number more than 1, enclose it within the bracket. To write the formula of a compound, example magnesium chloride. First step, write the basic radical first, then acidic radical next to it. Therefore, Mg2 plus is a basic radical, chlorine Cl minus is an acidic radical. Next step, Mg at the top, write the valency, that is 2. Cl at the top, write the valency, that is 1. Next step, exchange the valency. Magnesium will get 1, so right at the bottom. Chlorine will get 2, right at the bottom, so the formula will be MgCl2. Second example, calcium phosphate. Basic radical, write first, Ca2 plus. Acidic radical, PO4 3 negative, right next to it. At the top of calcium, write the valency, that is 2. Phosphate, write the valency at the top, that is 3. Exchange the valencies. Calcium valency will become 3, right at the bottom. Phosphate valency will be 2, right at the bottom. Formula will be Ca3PO4 whole twice. There are certain rules which are followed while naming a compound. If the compound contain a metal and a non-metal, what we will do, suppose take an example when sodium reacts with chlorine. Sodium is a metal and chlorine is a non-metal. How to read? We'll read sodium as such. For chlorine, we'll add a suffix IDE. So the compound will be named as sodium chloride. Take another example. When potassium reacts with sulfur, potassium is a metal, sulfur is a non-metal. Potassium will be read as such, and for sulfur you will add a suffix IDE. Therefore, the compound will be read as potassium sulfide. Second rule, if two non-metals are there, take an example when carbon reacts with oxygen. Two compounds are formed, one is CO, another one is CO2. In CO, C carbon you will read as such. Oxygen, here oxygen number is 1, so you will add a prefix mono, so you will read as carbon mono. And for oxygen, again suffix will be added IDE, so the compound will be read as carbon monoxide. Take the other case, CO2. In CO2, carbon as such it will be read dioxide, means oxygen number was 2, so a prefix was added di, and oxygen with a suffix IDE, so the compound was read as carbon dioxide. Third rule for naming, if two elements and oxygen, there is a case like a compound NaClO. Na is one element, Cl is another element, and O is there. Here there will be 4 compounds with the same NaClO, NaClO2, NaClO3, NaClO4. How to name these compounds? First one, NaClO. How to read? Na and Cl will be as such. So what we will do, oxygen number here is 1, it is less than 2, so you will add hypo and the compound will be read as sodium hypo. And for chlorine you will add a suffix ITE, so the compound will be read as sodium hypochlorite. Second case, NaClO2. Here sodium chloride, here sodium chloride, here the oxygen atom was 2. Third case, NaClO3, here the number of oxygen has exceeded more than 2, so the suffix will be With chlorine, now you will add ATE. So the compound will be read as sodium chlorate. Fourth case, NaClO4. Here the number of oxygen is more than 3. So a prefix will be added before chlorate. So it will be named as sodium perchlorate. Fourth rule, how to name an acid. Now acid can be of two types. One will be binary acid, means it is having hydrogen plus one non-metal. Second will be an acid which contain hydrogen plus one other non-metal plus oxygen will be also there. So the first rule, if binary acid is there, take the case of HCl. How to name? For H will add a prefix hydro. For Cl will add a suffix ic. So we will read as hydrochloric acid. Second, take an example of another binary acid, HF. How you will read? For H you add prefix hydro. For F you add ic. So you will read as hydrofluoric acid. Third case, HI. For H, hydro, iodine it is, then add IC. So it will be hydroiodic acid. Now case is another second part. If acid contain oxygen, then the formula, suppose H2SO4, H2SO3. Here again on the number of oxygen atom, if higher one oxygen atom is there, we'll call as sulfuric acid. A suffix ic will be added. The lower one oxygen atom, the suffix will be OUS. So it will be called as sulfurous acid. In case of acid, name of a chemical equation is a symbolic representation of a chemical reaction using symbols and formulae of the substance involved in the reaction. For example, if hydrogen reacts with oxygen to give water, this is the word equation. Chemical equation will be H2 plus O2 gives H2O. So what are the steps involved in writing a chemical equation? First, write the symbols or the formulae of the reactant on left side with a positive sign between them. Second, write the symbols or the formulae of the product on the right hand side with a plus sign between them. Third, put the sign of arrow in between the reactant side and the product side. Fourth, represent the reactant and the product in their molecular forms.